Okay, YouTube. So what's good? I was trying to make reaction. I was trying to make reaction videos, but I'm a. I needed something to post today, so I'm trying to post these 3 times a week for a month. Let's see how that does. I mean, how that does. But this is a story time on how I started boxing. So I started boxing in 20. No, I started watching boxing in 2019. I was 13, 14, 12, 13, 14. Those are like 3 ages. Those are the 3 ages I remember watching the most boxing. Now, I got into boxing because I was bored during quarantine. So I think it was 2020. Bored during quarantine. I knew dudes like KSI, Jake Paul, and Logan Paul, but I wasn't really like into boxing. I wasn't really into sports. I was really into stuff like animals and stuff like that, Michael Jackson, and rappers and stuff like that. Shout out to BCF, the old, if you know, you know. But I started watching KSI versus Logan Paul. One had headgears on. I said, cool, that's cool. And I looked into it more, and I started seeing Social Gloves, Jake Paul. I saw Jake Paul versus Woodley, Logan versus Mayweather. And I was into it. Like, cool. KSI was my favorite YouTube boxer. But he was out of the ring for so long. He was out and he was training. Oh, he was doing music during quarantine, so he was out. But Jake Paul was fighting Nate Robinson, Ben Askren. Then he came back in 2021 and fought Woodley. Because I don't remember me watching KSI. No, Jake versus Gibb in 2020. Jake fought Nate Robinson at the end of the year. But I knew Mike Tyson. I didn't really know Roy Jones Jr. like that. Roy Jones Jr. is my favorite fighter of all time now. That is my favorite fighter. Roy Jones Jr. is the best fighter of all time in his prime. That's why Mike Tyson was Roy Jones Jr. But Jake Paul was fighting. The first professional boxer I really started watching was probably Vidal Riley. Earl Spence, Vidal Riley, Sean Porter, Corey Stevenson, Terrence Crawford, and Javante Davis. Those are in that order. Those are the guys I started watching. Porter had fought Spence and Crawford. I saw Porter and Spence. First fight I remember me seeing. I knew Floyd versus McGregor too. I used to watch that. And then after that, after me watching the YouTubers, I got into, because I knew Badou Jack also. Badou Jack is a cruiserweight champion right now. Badou Jack. And, I just really like watching the spectacle. It made me happy watching 2 people fight, and then the lead up to the fights, press conferences was so cool. Now, I used to get WWE toys, and the toys I got from Diana's one time. Fake boxing and all that stuff. I'm really creative. Like, one thing about me, I'm the most creative. Like when I put my mind to something, I'm so creative. But I be in my head so much. So I still I could be more creative, but I just be in my head with people like this and people like that. And I know I like it. That's why I'm trying to make as much videos as I can now. But I really started watching, who did I watch as a pro? I strictly watched Shakur Stevenson. There was a while when I started watching Shakur more than Tony. Shakur had fought Oscar Valdez, Jamel Herring, then Oscar Valdez. Then I saw his fight live in Newark. First fight I've ever been to for a boxing match. I saw him fight De Los Santos. No, this Japanese dude in Prudential Center again. I watched a lot. Freshman year, not gonna lie, freshman year, bro, I was in a whole nother world. I was going through a lot. I couldn't go to the fight. yeah, that's the first fight. And you know, eighth grade year is when I started going to the gym and training. I have a friend named Zaire, and for those who know, people know Zaire. I'm gonna put a picture with me and him. I remember 5, 16. Put a picture of me and Zaire. We used to train and everything. We used to go to school. We'd be at school boxing. To this day, nobody knows that. We had school boxing each other. We got in trouble. I got in trouble a few times for fighting, but I had a conversation with my mom. She was like, "Oh, don't." You know how moms are. You know, they tell us not to do stuff, but I thought she was gonna be pissed. I thought she was gonna be mad because I got suspended for fighting. And I'm not really a bad kid. I don't get suspended a lot. Like 9 times out of 10, I got suspended. 9 times out of 10, if I got suspended, it was for fighting. Yeah, it was for fighting a lot. And then, but I'm just a good kid. Like nobody expects me to box. Nobody expected me to box and do none of that. So I started training. I was like 215 pounds. I also was fat. That's why I didn't really. That's boxing motivated me to lose weight because that's all I do is rip with 6-packs and stuff like that with a 6-pack. So I was training with this dude. I forgot his name. It was in Ivy Hill. I was training with him. I sparred. Whew, I was so slow. Put a video in right here too. It was really slow. I don't have the full thing. There's a full thing somewhere, but I don't have it. That first time I ever boxed anybody. He was a good dude, you know, he was holding back. You could tell, but after that, it made me motivated. It made me more motivated. But the dude that was training me was just, he wasn't really training me good. So I left and took a break from boxing. But I lost weight. So then I went to high school and I went to St. Benedict's and it took all my time. And that freshman year was terrible. But then I got into a coach. But we used to train in the backyard in his garage. And it was a pretty good setup and everything, but I just feel like the fighter I am, I'm glad I made the decision to leave because I feel like the fighter I am, I would have got better being around guys that are better than me. I wouldn't really spar that much, you know, and I just didn't really mess with I feel like I need an upgrade. So I went to Ibn Ali's gym with Zaire. This is when Zaire started boxing. I was 156, 57. So I had trained with him. No, I was 165. So I had trained with him. But it was like, to be honest, Zaire was getting more of the attention because, you know, he was basically like the dude that was probably one of the best fighters in the gym. So, you know what I mean? I was really working solo, to be honest, but I was still getting at work because he had started like months before me. He was going to programs, so he knew people, but I didn't really know nobody but them. You know, Ibn Ali's gym trains a lot of good dudes like Khalil Cole, another amateur too. He went to national. I don't even know his name, but he's been in some of my fights. So I left Ibn Ali and went to Dorka Rotunda, and ever since then I've had 3 fights. It was me being green, but I went in there. I had took so much time off from boxing and worked on myself. It was like when I went to these gyms, it was like I already knew stuff. I just needed to lose weight and then get the experience of sparring. But I tried my best. I worked really hard. Really hard. And I'll tell you my first fight was 156. I was 156 pounds. My opponent was 150. No, I was 157. My opponent was like 156. He was super tall. We was boxing. Lost. Cried after that. you know, because I had all my family there, and I worked, but I didn't work that hard. Like, I didn't know how, I did work hard, but I didn't work as hard as my second fight. You know, I went on vacation, took some time off, went to the gym. You know, when you leave the gym for a while, you spar, get winded. So boom, I trained. In Guyana, I didn't really train like that. Didn't train, but it was hot, so I maintained my weight. I said, I'm gonna go down in weight. I'm gonna go to 151. That's my goal for my second fight. 150 something. You know, the fight was at 56, but I came in at 51 on the night. Cool. Now my opponent had his first fight. We're cool. We sparred a few times. We sparred in his gym, and I feel like the sparring went really good. The sparring was like, it was 3 rounds. I feel like he took over during the second half. I took over during the first half, because that's just how it was. We was going to war in that 3rd round. To be honest, I feel like he got the better of me in that second. At 3rd round, I outboxed him, I feel like. But it was war. It was war. I respect him. He's cool. He's a cool dude. And we fought. That's my comeback fight in February. The dude I was fighting was his second fight, 0-1. I was 0-1 going in my second fight. Fought. He was acting just like me. I had my first fight. He was jumping up and down. He was so anxious. That's how I knew I had him. Outboxed him. I feel like I outboxed him pretty easily. I thought it was gonna be worse, but I thought it was gonna be way worse. But he did give me some good work. He hit me a few times, pushed me down and hit me in the back of the head and got the skull fight. So I wasn't really satisfied with that. So I said I want another fight in May, or as soon as I can. I was out the ring for 2 months, and then went to fight in May. Went to my fight in May for a belt show. And my opponent was there. It was just so crazy. It got canceled, man. To that day, I wish I got that belt, but YOLO. It is what it is. You live and learn. So I fought in June, won that fight, and now I'm just waiting for my next fight. My story has ups and downs so far. Any story has ups and downs. I worked hard. I persevered through everything. There's times where I could have gave up. There's times where I could say, I don't want to do this no more. But I never did that. Never did that. I'm not going to edit this video as much, but my message to everybody that's trying to fight or do anything in life, don't care about what people got to say. Do it for you and nobody else. Don't, forget these people. It's okay to make mistakes. You only live once, bro. I'm telling y'all right now, stop caring about what people think about you. People's opinions don't matter. Literally. But that's just the story of how I started fighting, how I started boxing for anybody. I will be definitely making more gym content and things like that, because the gym content shows y'all, people have been saying they want a lot of gym content, so I'm gonna tell y'all how I train and do all that stuff. So yeah, I'm cooking up new videos. I'm gonna try to make a video. This is my video Tuesday. I'll probably make a video on Friday. Drop a video Friday. Probably tomorrow too. I don't know. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah, I'll probably drop a video tomorrow, Wednesday. Peace out. Love y'all. Stay great. That's the end of the video. That's my story on how I box. Let me know if y'all want more story time. And yeah, I have a lot of story time.